Bruchim Habayim. Welcome, everyone. For those of you who have been to Grandparents' Day before, you know I always wear my Machadash, my What's New outfits. So Machadash is this year. Well, I'm live, but I'm in my office and you're in your homes. I do have a new accessory this year, my Machadash mask, made for me by one of our own sixth graders, Alana Ufberg, as part of her bat mitzvah project. Alana and Noah's grandparents are always with us every year at this very event, and I hope they're here and kvelling right now. What is not new this year is that you, our grandparents and grandfriends, more than anyone else, impart masoret, tradition, to your families, and that you embody the legacy of our kehillah, our sense of community here at Barrack. At Barrack, our vision is to cultivate within every student the wisdom, courage, and kindness to lead lives of significance. And our mission is to integrate a rigorous intellectual environment with deeply rooted Jewish values and a commitment to Israel, inspiring generations of leaders to better the world. We do this every day in our classes, and these last 3 months, we all know Machadash. I want you all to know that we transitioned seamlessly and immediately to distance learning. Our teachers are our superheroes. The first thing every morning online, you can exercise with our PE department, go to Minyan, and then it's off to classes. Our parents are finding it amazing that when they walk past their children's rooms, they are hearing Shakespearean sonnets read aloud, calculus equations being solved, Renaissance projects presented, tractates of Talmud discussed in Hebruta, and even science experiments taking place. Our seniors are doing their service projects online. They have taken a course in real time with Israel experts, and they are meeting with our alumni to discuss what college life will be like. Our drama, music, and art teachers have been lending their expertise to enrich our classes. And we even had a virtual cabaret on Sunday night, May 17th. It allowed our students to showcase their talents, or students who unfortunately could not participate this year in our wonderful spring musicals. Machadash, our graduation this year will take place in a drive-in movie format on June 15th, and we've been treating our seniors to many surprises, including wonderful lawn signs. Some of you may have seen them in your own neighborhoods saying this is the home of a Jack M. Barrack Sr., hashtag 2020. I want to recognize my amazing administrative team, who with me are planning our reset and our restart as we move towards 3 to 4 reopening scenarios for September. I now would like to share with you some of the very exciting projects created by our STEAM, Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and Math Institute students. Of course, the best way is to hear directly from the students themselves.
What we're trying to do is create a helmet that will sense a major impact with the head, and then will alert people on the sidelines that you have a concussion or possibly worse.
And it'll categorize how intense the impact is using pressure sensors like these that basically when you press down on them, it'll tell you how hard you got hit or how hard it's being pressed on. Using data we collect from that will determine how powerful the impact is.
I'm testing oxygen and nitrogen on these model rocket engines to see how the force changes depending on the percentage of oxygen in the atmosphere in this box. Oxygen does enhance combustion, but attaching oxygen to rockets makes the rockets heavier. And I wanted to test what would the effects be when oxygen is just in the atmosphere around the rocket engine. So I am combusting my engines with the different gases and seeing how the forces are affected or what's not affected. We are working on a skirt that lights up from RGB and LED lights.
We've seen lately in the fashion world a lot of clothing that incorporates technology, so we're interested in making clothing that has LEDs and incorporates technology.
We kind of just wanted to make a piece of clothing that has something that's a little unique about it.
We're also working on making the lights button activated.
So right now I'm trying to get my light to fade on and off instead of just going completely on or completely off.
We're working on a project that we call the Schedule Kiosk, and the goal is to make students' schedules easier to access. So my part in the project is I'm working on the physical design feature.
And I'm working on the coding aspect of the project.
You can see here our first prototypes.
The goal is when a student uses their identification card and they swipe it on the reader, their next class and their room number will pop up on this screen.
My project is creating a piezoelectric walkway, and what that means is that it converts mechanical pressure into electrical energy. And right now I'm soldering the circuit so that it's permanent and the electrical connections are shown. And right now I'm soldering a diode which directs the flow of electricity.
We have a bunch of solar energy being stored in the STEAM lab through the solar panels, and all this energy is kind of just going to waste. What we decided to do was to make a mobile charging station and a battery that stores the solar energy within it to bring throughout the school so that other students could have the ability to use this cleaner energy. We have taken this to our senior lounge where seniors have been charging their phones. We've been collecting data throughout this process, and it has shown that it's been pretty effective.
Shalom, my name is Bryn Landau. I'm 14 years old and I'm the middle school secretary. I managed to get by with an extremely limited Hebrew vocabulary, as you've already heard almost every Hebrew word I know. Many of our alum would undoubtedly agree that the years they spent at Barrack were the best years of their lives. I believe this statement to be true, whether we are online or in our classrooms. While some may think that online distance learning is challenging, I can tell you firsthand that Barrack has gone above and beyond to ensure that we're still being educated by our teachers, still engaging with our classmates, and still loving where we learn. Our phenomenal teachers are thinking outside of the box. For example, in science class, instead of staring at our screens all day, we have been building roller coasters from recycled materials and using our imaginations to create Rube Goldberg type machines. As a middle school officer, I have been tasked with helping to find ways to bring our close-knit community together during this hard time, even though we can't physically be together. As a group, each week we meet to create and send a schedule to students of activities they can join so we can still be part of a community. Throughout the weeks of quarantine, we have offered family art classes, cooking classes, movie nights, trivia nights, and many more fun activities to bring our community together. None of these community building events would be possible without our thoughtful teachers and administrators at Barrack, who understand that this is a difficult time to be a kid. I was reading an article recently, and there's a quote that really stood out to me. What I love most about staying home to self-quarantine is who I share with. I'm so happy I get to share my quarantine with Barrack. Whether Barrack is in school or online, there's no place I'd rather go to school and no community I'd rather spend my time with.
Hi everyone, my name is Daniel Bernstein, and I'm the Student Association President. I wanted to tell you a little bit about all the things that Barrack has going on right now outside of classes. Each Friday afternoon, we have online Kabbalat Shabbat, with prayers and singing led by students. In addition, we have a monthly Havdalah service as a nice way to end Shabbat. We also found ways to change our normal holiday observances to fit an online setting. We celebrated Yom HaAtzmaut by learning about Israeli independence as well as different parts of Israeli culture. Our Israel Club continued the school tradition of having a torch ceremony, like the one in Israel. For Lag BaOmer, we organized fun games for the students to play. On Shavuot, teachers and students taught about some of the fun traditions they have for Shavuot. And for Yom Yerushalayim, we had the opportunity to take a virtual tour of the city of Jerusalem. The Holocaust Education and Remembrance Club put together a very meaningful ceremony for Yom HaShoah, with reflections from the juniors' trip to Poland and a survivor's story. Our Israel Club later ran a ceremony for Yom HaZikaron, or Israeli Memorial Day, to honor those who died protecting the state of Israel. We have really been able to come together as a community despite the changes in our surroundings. We've had other fun things going on as well. The drama department put on their annual cabaret with incredible student performances. The middle school council has been putting on amazing programming for the middle school as well. They have weekly cooking lessons from Dewey, the head of the drama department, and from parents as well. They also have weekly trivia nights and movie nights to bring everyone together. The Student Association has been having theme days for everyone to dress up for a certain theme in classes. Whatever activity is going on each day, students love all the fun things we do to make distance learning a little more exciting.
Hi, my name is Rebecca Shade, and I'm the senior class president at Barrack. First, I'd love to welcome all of you to Barrack's virtual Grandparents and Special Friends Day. I hope you're all safe and healthy, and although I wish we could be together in person today, I feel so fortunate that Barrack has afforded us this opportunity now. High school is an extremely formative and important part of a person's life. It's when we learn how to function as real people in the world, where we have many firsts and mature from the naive children we entered as. That's why I believe sharing it with the people closest to us is an invaluable opportunity. Grandparents and Special Friends Day is not only a time for our grandparents and special friends to get a taste of what our classes are like, but it's a time to share our lives with those who matter most. That's why I'm so glad that in the face of loss and extreme change, Barrack has persisted in giving us the high school experience we all deserve. Barrack is not viewing this pandemic through the lens of what we're losing, but rather through the lens of constant improvement and making the most of what we have. As a graduating senior who would normally be completing my community service right now, I've truly come to see how Barrack and its dedicated faculty are putting those words into action. I didn't know it at the time, but my last period on March 13th would be my last class on Barrack's campus ever. My teachers made the most effort, though, to make sure it wasn't my last valuable class at Barrack ever. It meant so much to me that every teacher worked so tirelessly that I was able to restart classes within days with a remedied curriculum, new technology, and an adapted support system. Even now that classes are over, Rebecca Trachtenberg, the 12th grade advisor and college counselor, has gone above and beyond to make sure our seniors have plenty to do in the 3 months where our plans for community service were completely turned upside down. There is little good about the state of our world right now, but upon looking for the silver linings, I found innumerable lessons with Barrack at the forefront. Barrack alumni have been supporting Barrack seniors and juniors through the college process. Barrack seniors have been tutoring younger students in all of their classes, and the faculty could not be more comforting in these terrifying moments. The school consistently offers athletic and Jewish programming to students and their faculty and their families. Our guidance counselors have been readily offering their support, and we even have a support hotline email address. I had never given too much thought into one of Barrack's core values, Kehila, or community. The Kehila was always there for me, so I took it for granted as is. Seeing our Kehila now, though, well, I've never been more grateful to be a student here, and more proud to say I'm graduating from a school with the values of Barrack. Thank you for your time and enjoy your day.
I'm Howard Treatman, president of the Jack M. Barrack Hebrew Academy. Thank you to all the grandparents who have joined us today. Now more than ever, the bonds of community are critically important. We truly appreciate your participation. Although we remain isolated, the reality is we are a connected community, linked through our precious children. As you've been able to see from today's presentations, our administrators, our teachers, and our students have done a remarkable job in keeping our school community together. Our school's educational mission is being effectuated at a very high level. We've truly been a leader among independent schools. We're very mindful of the economic distress that has been caused by COVID-19. We know that many school families have experienced a drop in family income, and an even greater number are experiencing financial uncertainty. The message that we have put out to our school community is that we are a family and we will get through this crisis together. The philosophy adopted by our school leadership is that we do not want to lose any school family due to the financial uncertainties caused by COVID-19. We do not want to lose any of our beloved children due to their family's ability to pay. We are confident that the school will be able to adapt to the post-COVID world that awaits us. We want to make sure that all of our school families are with us and are part of this bright future. The school is actively pursuing all the strategic avenues required to enable us to meet these commitments. Part of this is the school's development efforts. We've launched a COVID-19 emergency scholarship fund. I'm pleased to report that we've already received over $750,000 in commitments towards this fund. If your finances are such that you feel secure enough to help us with this effort, there's never been a more important time to support the school. I hope you enjoyed today's presentations. I think even over the internet, you've been able to get a feel for what makes our school so special.
As our students, grandparents, and grandfriends, I want to thank you all for your involvement, your caring, and your support. You help bring our tagline, "Love where you learn," to life. I wish you all a safe, peaceful, and most importantly, a healthy Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom. And I look forward to seeing us all together in person next year.